Coming to you live and direct from Now Valley Entertainment.
What's up, boxing fans? TBE Boxing back at you again. Alright, so today we're going to talk about Errol the Truth Spence. So I put a question mark, after the truth because, we don't really know if he's really the truth or is he just hype. So only time will tell. And his upcoming fight with Kell Brook will be a big that would be how we can judge how really good Errol Spence really is. Now, I've made a couple of videos about Kell Brook versus Errol Spence, and it's no surprise to anyone that I'm picking Brook to TK or Spence. But this video is about Spence; it's not about Brook, okay? And I just want to say a couple of things, a couple of observations on Errol Spence. First and foremost, I want to say this: I kind of like Spence, okay? I like his demeanor. Okay, he seemed like a very level-headed guy. He seems pretty calm, and he also seemed like a nice guy as well. Just by looking at him, I don't know him personally. I never met him, but just by observing the way he moves and the way his whole swag and the way he carries himself, as a respectable guy. He seemed like an honest guy, and he seemed like a very likable person. I kind of really I like the kid, and I just want to say that up front, okay? I think he's a good kid. I think he has potential. I think that he could be one of the best welterweights out there, in the division. But again, I just don't think he has proven himself yet. And I think he needs to fight some more fights at welterweight, against elite fighters to actually say he's the truth. Okay, and that's just my opinion on it. I mean, I think he needs to fight the Keith Thurmans, Sean Porters, Daniel the Garcias. There are different welterweight fighters out there that he could fight, but it seems that he's kind of I think him fighting Brook, I think they're rushing him. I mean, I get it. Okay. As a fighter, young fighter coming up, talented fighter, he's a talented fighter, coming up. You want to fight for the title, no matter when you get the chance. I mean, whether it's your 10th fight or your 20th fight or your 30th fight, you want the championship, and so I don't blame him for wanting to fight Brook, but I just don't think he's ready for Brook, and I think he needs a little more grooming first. But we'll see, and the fight is May 27th, and so we're gonna see. Now, and having watched several of his fights to this point. There's still, he's a talented fighter. He does have a lot of skills. He seems pretty good against people like Bundu, people like Algieri. But those guys, I mean, those are not elite fighters, and we can't really judge his pedigree by those fights, okay? I think we have to see him against some more fighters before we can say, yeah, this guy's the truth. I mean, he's getting a lot of hype from a lot of boxers and a lot of casual fans and a lot of fans of boxing, period. Potential is one thing, and, reality is a whole different thing. At this point in his career, it's very difficult for me to say that, he's on the pound for pound list, or, that he can beat, I mean, you can say you can beat people, okay, but you have to actually beat them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I heard he said he would stop Thurman, he'd walk Thurman down and stop. Well, I don't know about that, because again, we have yet to see Spence take a good shot. I'm just kind of wondering what's going to happen when somebody really clips him. What is he going to do? How is he going to react? These are things are very key, in a fighter. And, he hasn't really, at the end of the day, my thing about Errol Spence is that he hasn't really been tested yet. That's just it. I mean, he could be, one of the best fighters out there, but he has to be tested, and we haven't seen that test yet. So we're going to see it against Brook, because I think Brook is really going to put it to him, and so we're going to see how good he really is. Like I said, just from observing the kid, I really like his whole demeanor and the way he approached the boxing game. And I mean, just as an example, I saw him analyzing, the Brook Porter fight, and I watched his analysis of that, and I learned a couple of things. One thing, he's a very honest guy. I mean, even though Book is his upcoming opponent, he gave a very accurate analysis of the Book Porter fight, meaning that he didn't, throw any shade on Book because he's getting ready to fight him. He told it basically like it was, and I liked his analysis, and his analysis was very accurate. He gave Book his props, and and when he talks about Book, in any, his analysis is basically always accurate and kind of to the point, which is, I respect that. He doesn't, I see other people who are talking about the upcoming Book Spence fight. A lot of these American boxers, and they a lot of them say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go I think Spence is gonna win because, and then when people ask him, well, why you think that? He's, oh, he's this and he's that, but he's American, so I gotta go for him. Oh, come on, man, get off of that bullshit. What does him being American have anything to do with it? Somebody asks your opinion of a fight, give an honest opinion. Don't shade your opinion because you think that, you have to go for the American fighter because you're American. I don't respect that at all, He doesn't do that, okay? Spence, he doesn't do that. He just gives his honest opinion, and I respect that, okay? But all these other people that's commenting on the fight are saying, oh, well, he's American, so I have to go with the American. You don't have to go with the American. You go with who you think is going to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? And, and in that sense, I think it's the same thing with Mayweather. I see Mayweather make analysis, of the fight. Mayweather is talking about, he thinks that he can beat Book. But I think that Mayweather does that more so because Spence is American and he knows Spence than anything else. I don't think he's really giving his honest opinion on what he thinks could happen in a fight with Book and Spence. I just think that he feels that, Spence is American, he's American, so he's gonna go with Spence. That's to me, that's just flawed, I don't really like that type of analysis. I think it's just, I don't think it's an honest analysis, okay? But, you gotta respect, sometimes you gotta respect people's loyalty in that sense, but, I think it's misplaced. So, in the fight against Book, he's gonna have his hands full. Will he be able to go over there and take the title from Book? I don't think so. But, time will tell. We'll see. Maybe he can do it. If anybody can do it, maybe he can. Okay, but I just don't see it. Okay, I think that when he gets a couple of right hands and left hooks, uppercuts from Book, it's going to be a whole different ball game. Because I don't think he has a chin. I don't think his chin is as tested. I don't think his chin is as tough as Book's chin is. I think Book had a better chin. And I think, at the end of the day, when Book tags him, it's going to be a whole different ball game. Like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan till they get the first punt. They'll get hit. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different ball game. So it should be an interesting fight. I just think that Book is going to take it. And I see the fight, going maybe 7 to 11 rounds, 7 to 8, between the 7th and the 11th round, or the 7th and the 9th, 8th round. I think that Book is going to TKO him. That's just my opinion, and it's based on what I've seen of Book and what I've seen of Spence, and that's just what I think is going to happen. But like I said, I want to reiterate, as a person and from the way he moves and the swag, and I kind of like Spence. I like his level-headedness. I like his demeanor. I just like him overall. I like his. I just don't think that he can beat Book. I'm just going to be honest about it. Even though I like Spence a lot. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. See you on the next go around. This is TB Boxing signing off on this one.